Okay, so I wanted to run through some websites that are in A&A Engineering's area. Now, I did two searches. I did a search for engineering. I mean, that wasn't that fruitful. I did a search for stainless steel fabrication, which was much better. Now, I've gone through the websites and I've closed down the ones that are not appropriate or not to the level that I would believe is high enough. I think the A&A Engineering site is a very high quality, nice design site, and you want to at least look at websites that are on the same level because you want to move forward, not backwards. Now, this is the A&A Engineering site. Now, what I like about this is phone number, big phone number on the top right. Very happy about this because all the websites that we build now, I always make sure there's a big phone number on the top right, unless it's a client who doesn't specifically want calls. But we do have a large phone number on the top right, which is brilliant. I think it's a great thing because this site was built at a time before we really started doing that as a standard. The AA Engineering logo on the left looks great, and the links are very clear and easy to use, I would say. And the whole overall design is very clean and professional as well. Now, I want to take a look at some other companies. This is the search that I've done here, which is stainless steel fabrication, and you'll see some of the guys who have come up. This is the Irish search. We've also searched in USA and UK, and as I said, some of them have been closed down. So here's the one here, Douglas Brothers. This is quite good. These guys are in the States, I think. They have a nice little request a quote here in the top right. I don't know if that would be appropriate or not, but it's interesting that they do have the request a quote there. The phone number at the top right hand side, that's excellent. And again, the logos, their links are very clear. It's it's a nice clean design. It's I'd like it to be a bit better than this, but it's a nice clean design. There's certainly nothing wrong with it. So let's keep moving on. We'll take a look what's here. This is nice. I like this is TMC Fabrications. Now I know this is more home orientated, but what we're looking at here is structure, design, and quality. So I like the large phone number on the top right. It's very large. You cannot miss it. I like the blueprints idea in the background. Now I know this isn't appropriate, but it still does look well on this particular site, and the images are great. And they've broken it down quite simply, residential and commercial, which I guess are their two main areas. And you click in, and you see they do mostly stairs and windows and gates and stuff like that. It's not exactly our area, but it's interesting to see, and it is a nice clean site. So keep moving on. Albright Engineering Limited. I think these guys are in the States. I opened this up because our kit left this open because the design is nice. What they don't have is they don't have a phone number on the top right, which I think is a mistake. But everything else is nice and clean and very clear. Who we work with: architects, caterers, engineers, homeowners, bar owners. And they do have to contact us now here with a stock image, which is okay. Oh, these seem to be Irish. 353, yeah, they seem to be Irish. So that's a nice clean site. Let me click into one of these areas. Okay, so they have each of their areas and the information on each one. That's it's good clean site. Kent, this is UK. This is okay. They have a nice phone number on the top right. Good structure in the site. They have seem to do some sort of artworks and stuff like that, which is great. They have a nice little slider here. You know, I was just a slider is always a very good idea to have in along the top. And yes, they have the products down here, so it's very, and they also have video tour here, which is good. So yeah, it's handy to have some sort of introduction video, and that can be on YouTube as well, which will help with Google rankings as well, because you have links back from YouTube. This one is DNC Fabrications, which no, it's a very nice site. Obviously, the slider is very spectacular. The links are nice and clear, and again, they have a very small phone number on the top right. I would make it a little bit bigger, but it's good that they have a phone number there. And they have their clients at the bottom. These guys are Irish, as far as I know, and yeah, it's very easy to get around the site. SFI, stainless steel. So yeah, this is 1-800 number at the top right. It's the design looks a bit cluttered to me. It's not clean enough, and I think overall it's confusing. I left it open because has some good aspects to it. The colors are quite good, and the number on top left is quite good, but it's a bit too confusing overall, the whole site. Stainless steel fabricators. I think these are American guys. Yeah, Texas. So the design again is a bit confusing. It's not as professional as it should be, really. But they do have the phone number there. Very easy to get around, have a look around the site. But the and about us services. I don't think the services are broken down enough. Just one page of services doesn't really make sense. But they have stainless steel sinks. They should actually have the stainless steel sinks links up around here. But I'm bringing it to eBay. Okay, so it's a bit of overall it's a bit of a confusing site. It doesn't look as professional as it should really. TMC, I think we've seen it already. I've set that open twice. Mercury is it's a nice, very nice slider at the top. They have the different languages. They don't have phone numbers, but I imagine that is because they don't want people to be calling. I imagine, I'm not sure. But yeah, whatever page you go into, it's just a huge slider. We have a lot of information there. My feel is that this would have some issues with search engines just because of the structure of the site. TJ O'Connor Associates. These are Irish guys. This is quite good. It had really good get in touch area at the top. Good company profile, our projects, our services, and it shows you the projects here. And they have a featured product here. It's very light or something. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like that, but it just looks very light. But at the same time, it's well structured, and their contact area is working quite well for them as well. So research-aaengineering. These guys, it's am I on the homepage? No. Oh yeah, this is a slider. They have a very nice slider to bring you through the projects that they've done. This is a good idea to have a nice little slider just on the homepage to go through recent projects and pictures of projects and stuff like that. They got plenty of information there. Again, they've no phone number, so it can make it difficult for people to find where they are. Obviously, they'll have a phone number on the contact page, but you really need to have it on every page just so people can find it quite easily. And yet there are guys that you have to map and stuff in there. So it's nice. It's a nice clean site, but it's fallen down in a few areas. This is research-aaengineering. These are Irish again. So yeah, very good slider. Good slider just up at the top. And the whole thing is all very large and all, but I'm not sure about the design. It doesn't really strike me. Radley Engineering Limited. Again, they have the phone number right up in the header, which is always a good idea. These drop-down menus are bad. They work badly for search engines, and they work badly for people, particularly people who aren't. Like, you have to mouse over services, then mouse over text, and then mouse over the one you want. Here, I can do it easily. But people who aren't used to computers, really, which in the engineering, well, I guess maybe everyone in engineering knows computers quite well, but we have to think about people who are not used to using computers. And that's it. I just want to bring you through some engineering sites. So we've gone through that, and I want to see the structure and how they're set up. I'll send this on to you, and just keep in mind as well that as well as the website, the other things that we'll look after, and I don't know if it makes sense because I've looking through the sites, and I don't see a lot of Facebook links, but it mightn't be any harm to think about YouTube, Facebook, and also Twitter and LinkedIn. They're items that it might be an idea to think about. So just if you are thinking about those areas, just send me an email back and I'll send you information on them.